What is up, all? This is Rest in Noise numero
eight
number
for you
8.
guys, coming at you at the end of the year.
Nice, that's right. I'm Jason, aka JGCSOUND.
And this is Troy, and we're going to count down our favorite albums of 2017 for you.
Yes.
I think we're going to go... I think we flipped a coin, and JGC Sound is going first. So
right.
let's hear let's hear it from the top.
Well, I want to do 5.
Right.
But some of those that came close to that 5 were extremely fucking dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I need to go back and check that one out.
Yeah. From the Bay Area. Really interesting. Death metal has kind of a hardcore vibe to it.
Yes.
Maybe think of like Blood for Blood.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. See, sometimes with these bands, I get so much thrown at me. You gotta judge, and isn't it a girl?
I think so.
Girls in that band.
There is a girl in that band. Yes.
I just like the fact that there's a band that harkens back to like a Blood for Blood style hardcore at times, and there's a chick in it.
Yeah. Totally. That's really good.
Yeah, it's a good mix. I mean, and I guess what I'm trying to say by that is, in the hardcore genre, there were like no girls anywhere to be seen,
right?
Ever,
right?
And now it's things are changing, so it's refreshing to see that. That's why.
What about that band Donuts? Remember that band Donuts?
Oh, I forgot about Donuts. Donuts is back in the day. That's like that was one of the few like
girl hardcore bands.
What about Baby Gopal?
I don't. Is that hardcore though? What is that?
I don't know what it is. It was like it was. Victory Records.
They're exploring new territory back in the
day.
That
was them. Well, it kind of makes sense now that you look at it, because Victory Records back in the early 2000s, they turned into emo headquarters.
Yeah, that's when
and Baby Gopal. Right, that's when we all banned. And if you look at it, Baby Gopal and Donuts are pretty much like precursors to that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know what Victory Records just saw the money and ran with it.
Totally.
I mean, it was weird because all of a sudden you had nothing but like Blood for Blood, and what else did you have? They were Warzone, Integrity, Bloodlet, Rundown, or not Rundown. Was it Rundown? Anyways, the Shutdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a million different. They used to be like a hardcore staple, and then overnight, all of a sudden, you couldn't even find a hardcore band.
Yeah, it's so fucking.
They didn't have 2 hardcore bands to rub together to make a fire.
So that's one of my runners-up. Extremity fucking dead. I was really feeling that Desolate Shrine record, The Heart of the Netherworld. I was really feeling the new Primitive Man, Caustic, which is just a fucking beast. So filthy.
Yeah.
The new Diabolical Messiah. But my top 5.
Dang.
Number 5 is Spectral Voice, Eroded Corridors of Unbeing.
Hell yeah. The name matches the sound. I mean, the Spectral Voice and the Hidden Corridors, there's just something very ghostly about that. I don't know. Maybe I'm buying into the spectral part of their name, but yeah.
Well, I think I was listening to it again just today, actually, and there's something they do while recording that makes it sound ghostly. There's like this echo going
I definitely hear it.
Hollowness that's like...
Right, and there's 2 things. When you sent that to me, when I first heard Spectral Voice, I was like, wow, this is really hooky at times, like really catchy. And I don't want to say poppy, but catchy. It's like there's a lot to bring you in, and then it definitely made you feel like, what was the other band we were talking about? It was
Blood Incantation.
Blood Incantation. Yeah, it's like they're the yin to that yang. Blood Incantation's thick sounding to me, and Spectral Voice sounds like it has a hollowness to it to me.
I could totally, yeah. My number 4 is Ace Phalanx Decreation or Decretion. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced.
Yeah, we're going to see those guys in January.
Yeah, January.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of death metal bands opening. I've done a little research.
Yeah, there's
but it's hard to find any recordings, which is when we go, we got to pick up some shit.
Yeah, lets us know when we're in the good territory. As you're going to see JGC Sound, he does better at the digging part. I do better at the I don't know. He does better at the finding what real death metal heads are into, and I'm more of like a what's popular that came out in the you know what I mean, more of like the he's, how do I put it? You're more of like the up and coming names to look out for, and mine are sort of like the bands that have already arrived.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the way I'd put it.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is why I really like your list. What was the next one?
That Undergang. That
Undergang that's on my list too. That's a beast.
Hell yeah. Misanthropology.
Yeah.
We saw them open for Necrot, and what? It was fucking...
I felt bad for Necrot having to go on after that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like Necrot. Necrot's a great band, but I mean...
After Undergang, you're just like... They take you to another fucking realm.
Another headspace. Yeah. And it's got a groove and you can dance to it.
It's fucking
sort of like
super interesting.
Yeah, like American Bandstand. It has all the keys of a great album.
Totally.
And what's funny too is, forgive me for saying this, their album artwork. I mean, they have some great artwork and they have a great logo, but it underwhelmed me for a band that's that good. You know what I mean? It should like come out in its own cardboard like CD holder, and the shit should be like on different colors of vinyl and everything. You know what I mean?
Right. The whole treatment,
and it's just like, fuck. I wish Undergang would get that.
Yeah, really fucking great discovery this year.
Right, great discovery.
They've been around for a while, but I mean that was.
Right, and there's a lot of these death metal bands sound the same, and that's not saying anything bad about them because we love death metal. That's why we're here. We're listening to it, but I mean they have something that sets them apart from the pack.
Yeah, and I've like metalheads at work, and I try to turn them on to newer bands. I'm like, check this band out. Yeah. Undergang was one of them. They're like, where the fuck did those guys come from? I'm like, I know, right?
Right.
Fucking Denmark.
It gives you so much to grab onto, and then once you're in there, you're like, fuck, I've never been here before.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then I saw them referred to as sewer death metal, which is completely fitting with their sound.
Yeah. And their logo, if you see their logo, you can definitely see how they're throwing their hat into that arena. And I've never really heard that genre before, but...
Dripping with scum.
I love. It's fun. Yeah, it's just it's a fun band. I mean, totally. I don't know other way to describe them, but some of these bands you get, it's just all crosses and doom and death, and I love that shit. But let's have some fun with it at times too. And Undergang seems that they're more into that category,
right? Even though they're filthy as
fuck. And they could whoop the pants off of half the death metal. Yeah,
you'll feel the groove, and you're like, that's what they were talking about.
Oh yeah,
it's a good time. Those grooves they create.
Yeah, if you're
dripping with scum grooves. No. My number 2 is Necrot Blood Offerings.
A good number 2.
I listened to that album, fucking in a ridiculous amount in 2017.
Yeah. A good mix of punk and death metal.
Yes.
And very catchy at times. Yeah. When we saw him with Undergang, I knew known of the album. I'd heard Blood Offerings a couple times, but now that I'd had time to sit with them and listen to that album on vinyl a couple times, it was really awesome to see them at Pig Destroyer and to like listen to those songs with having sunk my teeth into them a little more, and being able to anticipate what the song was and what the parts.
I love being prepared like that. Like,
Yeah.
especially when you want to be prepared because you like the record. You know what
Right.
I mean?
No, yeah. And it takes, sometimes it takes effort, as weird as that sounds. Because I know we're all out of here, out of fun, but yeah.
I just thought it was funny. My son's here, and we were talking about Necrot, and he goes, "Oh, my daddy loves Necrot. Yeah. He plays Necrot all the time."
All the time. And we're like, "How do you know that?" I see that album all the time. And we're like, "Okay, you're right." He does love Necrot.
I do. But my number one record, I listened to this album so fucking much, it's ridiculous. I feel like I'm 12 years old, throwing my fists in the air, walking around the house when I'm listening to the new Power Trip record. Nightmare Logic.
No.
I fucking love every track on this record.
Right.
And I don't think I've ever cried at a show, dude, but a tear fell almost when I went and saw when we saw Power Trip at Aftershock.
Happy to see somebody carrying the hate.
Oh my god, dude. And the sound was amazing. I don't know what they're doing at Aftershock, but the sound was fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing it's that freaking tower of amps. I don't know if you look.
No, I saw.
Oh, they had that thing fucking slung together. I'm like, one of those things goes out, that whole crowd is dead.
Yeah, totally.
But I mean, that's how you got to do a show like that, you know? That's why we stopped going to shows like that, is because they didn't have sound like that. It was more like the Warped Tour. The Warped Tour mentality was, you weren't there to see, well, you were there to see the bands. You were there to say, oh, I saw that band. You didn't give a fuck what you actually saw or what you heard.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you could say, oh, I saw the Specials, you know. And for somebody who never thought they'd get to see the Specials, that was a big deal. But we're beyond that point now.
Yeah.
So, no, it's definitely... Aftershock was a blast, and from what I'm hearing rumors of... the only rumor I've heard so far is that Judas Priest is the headliner next year on Sunday.
That'd be interesting, because I've never seen them.
Yeah, they just had a bunch of reissues come out, too. I've been seeing nothing but
Judas
Priest everywhere. I see Rob Halford everywhere. He was doing a song. He did a song at that Revolver thing with. He opened the show with that chick from In This Moment. They did like a duet. I'm not saying I'm an In This Moment fan, but you know.
Yeah, but this did happen.
Yeah. In This Moment was very interesting.
But yeah, that's my top 5. Power Trip took gold for me. I've had that album since it first came out. I'm still every fucking week playing it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, no.
Fucking Empty Hands, Soul Sacrifice.
See, you're good about that. I know none of the names of the songs. I'm like, track number 1, track number 2.
I'm a fucking dork.
No.
Yeah, but that whole record.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So,
good list.
Thank you, man.
I hope I can follow it up with my list and do us justice. Anyway, so the bands that didn't get on my list, first was Dope Lord, Children of the Haze.
Yeah.
That was a really good album.
It was.
It didn't make my list, because you'll hear why it didn't make my list. It obviously, there was a kick I was on. Right now, I am definitely into the stoner stuff, and Dope Lord is a stoner band, but once you hear the other bands I picked, you'll kind of see why Dope Lord did not fit in there. I also didn't pick that Integrity album, even though I love Integrity to death.
I forgot about that record.
Yeah, it's a good record. It just doesn't stick with me for some reason. After Integrity 2000, for me, it's all sort of been downhill. I hate to say that. And I love Integrity, and they still put out good songs, and I still love Dwid and all that shit. But it seemed after Integrity 2000, that threw up something that was like, still to this day has yet to be answered.
Yeah, that's a really good record.
And there's no hardcore band or metal band that has an answer for that album out there. You know what I mean? Just that last 3 songs on Integrity 2000 are burners that just fucking blow the mind.
Yeah,
totally. At least, because they just the sheer, they have everything in those 3 songs.
Yeah.
The perfect sound, the perfect riffs, everything. Anyway. But I digress. So let me start off with my, these are in no or not 1 through 5. I'm just going to go through the list of my top 5 because they're always changing. There's always a reason for me.
Number 1's always
number 1 can be moved to number 5, and
yeah.
number 3 can move to number 2, and you never know.
I feel you.
So I'll attempt to go through this list as I bought them this year. First was the Drip, the Hunting Fear of Inevitability. What got me into the Drip was I honestly, and I'm ashamed to admit it, the sticker on the album said this year's Nails, and I was like, really?
Yeah, you love.
I'll be the fucking judge of that. and then I put it on, and they're definitely the yin to the Nails yang, whereas the Nails is more of a wall of sound. The Drip, you can pick out the individual instruments. And the Drip sounds more like a coiled up panther or something, just waiting to take your fucking throat out.
Yeah.
Versus the other album I was talking about.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Drip. You sent me the Drip earlier this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I was into them when they came through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They opened for somebody, right? Or did
they might have opened for themselves because I know that album came out on Relapse. Put a lot of effort behind that when it first came out in the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it got on my radar. Next one, because I'm a huge Dying Fetus fan, is the wrong one to fuck with. Dying Fetus, every album of theirs I get, I'm like, okay, they got to have dropped the ball this time. They never fucking drop the ball. They come harder, and they come faster, and they come more technical than the last album every fucking time. How they do that, how you could manage to do that, I don't know. Because I mean, you see when you maybe it's a fucking music video, or at least when I watch their live performances, even you cannot. They don't look like they struggle as they play these songs. So they must. The only way I can think of to achieve that level would be to treat it like a gym. Like this is my workout. I go play this set of songs every day, and that's the only way I can think of achieving that level of ferociousness and technicality.
That'd definitely be the right mentality.
Yeah, and they've been around for 30 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time. What initially got Dying Fetus on my radar was their first album on Relapse. It's the one. It has Uncle Sam on the cover of it. But what really made me take notice of Dying Fetus was they were on a tour with, it was Mastodon, Hoods, and Dying Fetus.
Huh.
That was back in the day, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta check, because we're from Sacramento, Hoods is from Sacramento, and then that was back when Mastodon was first starting out, and then when I got to Dying Fetus, I was like, holy shit, this is mine. This is what
this
I'm
is
about.
Mine. He said, "This is mine.
This is mine."
Hell yeah!
Yeah, this is some fun. This is just, to me, Dying Fetus just sounds like a well-oiled machine gun going off.
That I can agree with.
Yeah. It's just sometimes it's too clean, sometimes it's too this, it's too that, but it is just fuck. I mean, yeah, they sound like a weapon that was meant to kill. Next, I would put Undergang in there with Misanthropy. Again, there's nothing funner to listen to, in my opinion, right now than that Undergang album.
Right.
It's just, you put it on, and from the first bass line is just, yeah, it's awesome. And the bass reminds me, the bass sound, and forgive me, I'm not saying they sound like Dystopia at all, but the way the bass sounds, I hear some Dystopia in Undergang. Like a lot of you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They kind of like, it almost like groans between songs. That's Undergang was just the shit, and something tells me that was a real treat we got to see in Oakland to see them play, and that probably won't happen again for a long time.
I'd love them to play California Death Fest next year. That'd be fucking badass.
That would be amazing.
I'd buy all the merch.
Again on my list, like on your list, was Necrot Blood Offerings. Just a good mix of death metal and punk. And if you're from Oakland, you know how those two things personify Oakland in a way, you know. So it's cool to see those two things come together in that band, and like I said, now that I've had a chance to really sink my teeth into those songs and to hear them played live, it's definitely Necrot's something special.
Absolutely.
And you can kind of lose track of that sometimes if you're there seeing 10 or 5 or 4, even 4 different death metal bands. You sort of lose. You see all the bands and everything, and it all hits you at once, and you're like, shit. You sort of lose the fact that Necrot's ours and they're that good.
Right, totally.
You know.
I don't know if you remember, I was like, we were at the record store, and that Necrot album was sitting at Dimple Records, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on with Decibel, but they gave that album right there a 9. We need to listen to it, because they don't give shit
a 9.
So we went and listened to it, we're like, holy shit.
It's amazing. Yeah, and... Two, it's awesome when you see them live, because they have a stage presence. I don't know. It's oddly, it puts you at ease. Whereas some death metals, you feel like you're just sitting there watching somebody just like play their heart out, and like you're not there. But with them, you feel like you're there.
No, I know what you mean. It's
you know what I mean. Some bands
there's something comfortable about that,
right? That makes you feel like, okay, I'm in hands of somebody who knows I'm here, who appreciates the fact that I'm here to see them. Yeah. And number one, but not by no means by number, is Lifespan of a Moth by 16. The mighty 16 that I knew little to nothing about until we saw them play live. I knew they had a couple interesting songs on a couple of relapse samplers, but other than that, I didn't know nothing about them, and they proceeded to blow our fucking heads off. With only probably about 15-20 other people in the place.
Thank you, Chris, for doing sound again. That's what made us.
He
16
murdered it. 16 should be thanking him too, because he made him sound that good. I mean, it was. You know, I don't know if some of you will probably know out there, when you go to these smaller shows and there's tons of equipment behind the band and they've got 5 instruments, and a lot can get muddied in that. You know, when you're seeing them in that small a space, and nothing got muddied.
It's fucking insane.
Right. Yeah, you're like, oh, that guy's playing the bass now. Oh, that guy's playing the guitar now. Oh, he's it's weird how for granted you can sometimes take that with these death metal bands, because there's just so much going on. But you could definitely hear the individual instruments, and they came together perfectly. That 16 show I can't say enough about. That 16 album I can't say enough about. It's a weird mix of when I hear Southern California, I hear a little bit of like that. I don't know.
They are from LA, right?
Yeah,
they're from LA. Okay.
I hear a lot of like that in the bass, like Korn-esque bass to them. You know, like how Fieldy, just that really slacked out bass where
rubbery, super rubbery. Yeah.
Every time he hits it,
almost has like a punk rock vibe feel to it.
Yeah. 16 was almost, to me, if Korn after the Sick of It All tour we saw them on back in the day had said, you know what, we don't want to be a new metal band, we want to be a hardcore band or a metal band, they would have been 16.
I could.
You know what I mean?
You're throwing a lot of ideas at me real quick.
That's a lot of ideas.
but I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they have that street-esque quality to them. It's
right. It's got a roughness to it.
Right. It's less
fightness to it.
Right. It's less pentagrams and skulls and more brass knuckles and blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has kind of a sort of a lurking in the background, like a little gangster rap-esque feel to it. It doesn't even show itself in sound, more in attitude on some of the songs. Maybe I'm just thinking because I saw
that's exactly like the punk rockness. It's like
right.
We were just talking about. It's that street thing,
that street cred
that
thing.
Hip hop.
Right, and part of it too is probably because if you saw the bass player from 16, you would think, this guy does not belong in here.
Yeah.
He belongs in, like I said, Korn. He could have belonged in Korn. He had everything, like, he could have been Fieldy for all we fucking knew.
Yeah, right.
That's how much of a new metal cat he looked like. And then to hear them proceed and go up there and play like 16 was awesome. Because you saw that guy and you thought, I thought, oh shit, we could be in here for some like new metal bullshit, you know? Went completely the opposite direction.
They were fucking heavy as fuck.
Heavy as fuck. I mean, yeah, you.
That's just one of those bands that like for years their name has just been coming up. And I give them a taste, but it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't until we went and saw them live or we were like, oh, I fucking get it now.
Oh, I get it now. You mean you're heavy. Not just, not with a undercase H.
Yeah.
Full uppercase.
And the lead singer was fucking
angry.
Not even kidding around. Like,
not even joking. It was like, I was like, sorry, I wish I could have brought more people here with me. I would really like it if you keep playing.
That could have been his shtick, but whatever. That's his shtick, and that's the shtick that they're sticking
right, and he was just pounding him down by the bar the whole time, and then it was like, ready to go. Yeah. And then he was on stage. The one cool thing about that show is they were about to go off. The rest of the band thought they played their last song, but then the lead singer was like, we have one more song to play. Mm-hmm. And I believe it was after he looked out, because the audience was in it the whole time. Granted, there were only 10 people there, but he understood. Left. Nobody left. There. Everybody was stuck there. Everybody was bobbing to their as hard as they could. And he was like, these people want one more song. I can feel it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why 16's on my list. If you get a chance, pick up Lifespan of a Moth.
Absolutely. It's a really good record.
Yeah.
Who opened up that show? Do you remember?
16. Who opened up that show? That was a weird show.
It was.
That was, we missed them. That was the Smoke. They have a Smoke in their name.
The Endless Yawn.
Endless Yawn. And then we missed... Oh no! We saw that Indian band, where that was something I can honestly say I'd never seen before. I'd never seen a rock band.
That's right.
Do a Native American song.
Okay, but then didn't we see a fucking like?
And then the next band was
I don't remember the name. This is what I'm trying to think of.
Yawning Man.
Yawning Man. That's right.
With Mario Lally, one of the. Yeah, that was something else, too, to get to see Mario Lally and with 20 other people there. If anybody doesn't know, Mario Lally is Fatso Jetson, a.k.a. the guy who brought the fucking the generators to the generator parties that basically got Caius and the whole Desert Sound started. So, and it's funny because not a lot of people know that. And
yeah,
I definitely feel...
definitely a treat.
Yeah. And then when you see how he's treated over in Europe, and the people that show up to see him feel lucky over here when we see that. They were such a weird band too. They had like a really heavy bass sound with a really light guitar sound. I just remember feeling like, wow, did I just do like acid or something and forget
I remember now. I was like, dude, I'm tripping balls and I haven't smoked drank anything.
Yeah. Check out Young Man if you haven't. Do yourself a favor. I know all you heavy metalheads out there do like to listen to something lighter every once in a while. Yawning Man, if you're into the intricacies of death metal, but you want to hear him play it out in a lot more relaxing venue, check out Yawning Man.
Yeah. So, nice list, bro.
Thank you. You as well, dude.
So my number 1 was Power Trip, Nightmare Logic, and yours was...
Come
on, it's gotta be that.
I don't
16,
know,
bro. Right?
Yeah, that's 16.
You've been talking about that 16.
That's 16, but I mean,
now.
but that Power Trip could easily be in that number 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't on my mind when I wrote my list.
Right. Totally. I understand.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Some of it was like me too. Like, okay, I'm gonna give him his space. I'll let him do the ones I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be copycat.
Yeah. Hey man, what you like?
Yeah, you like what you like.
Exactly.
But yeah, you know, I mean, some of it too. I was like, okay, you're basically speaking for me on that one, so I don't have to put it on my list. So. Yeah. So 2017 has been a good year in music. Looking forward to 2018.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's it for this week.
Yeah.
This is our top favorite albums of 2017.
Yep, and maybe in New Year's we'll talk about our favorite albums we're looking forward to coming out this year that are rumored to be coming out. So look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments section and interacting with you guys on Instagram. So please keep sending those messages.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and see you all next time.
Peace out.